Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good afternoon from Cardinal Stadium. It's a double-header of quarterfinal football in Class 4A on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. As we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Give them a call at 304-350-1931 or visit whmsystems.com. Our first game is the number 2 Spring Mills Cardinals playing host to the number 7 seeded team, the Morgantown Mohigans. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producer is John Alderton. Cameramen are Matt Miller and Marcus Jordan. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. I haven't done this before, Dylan. 2 games in one day for us. Later tonight we'll have the Martinsburg game as they host Parkersburg South. But right now, here in Thanksgiving weekend, our eyes are set on Spring Mills and Morgantown. It should be another fun matchup here on the opposite side of Martinsburg.
Yeah, full day for us, so this is a nice way to start it. Morgantown coming in here, try to pull off the upset against Spring Mills, who, of course, only loss on the season is to the number 1 team in the state, Martinsburg. And for Morgantown, I think they should be a little optimistic about their chances here today. Obviously, this is a tough matchup for them, but I did think that Morgantown put up one of the better fights this season that a team put up against Martinsburg. In that first half, especially, Martinsburg did, pull away in that second half to win 51-14 in the end, but I think Morgantown has a lot of results this year that give you some optimism, like how they were able to beat Hedgesville 45-7 a few weeks ago. They won the Mohawk Bowl 49-7 against University. And overall, I think that they have shown that they are one of the better teams in the state. They did lose by 7 to Wheeling Park. Had a 49-0 loss to Bridgeport at the beginning of the season, and only beat Parkersburg 24-13 in Week 1. But Week 1 and 2 usually a little more likely to be outliers than other games later in the season. So I think that they have a shot today, but Spring Mills does look pretty unbeatable against anybody that isn't Martinsburg so far this year. I do think that they are a cleared number 2 in the state on a tier of their own. And I think that with the way the offense looked last week is very promising. Obviously, another shutout for them. They're 8th of the season. So, 9th of the season. But overall, I think that we should see Spring Mills show out and deliver today. But they got their hands full. Morgantown's a talented team.
Yeah, they are, and this is the 3rd all-time meeting between these two schools. The most recent matchup, November 5th of 2021, it was a 49-13 win for Morgantown, and then the very first meeting was November 11th of 2016. That was a 25-7 win for Morgantown as well. So Spring Mills not only trying to reach the semifinals for first time in school history, they are also trying to defeat Morgantown for the first time in school history. So big history on the line on both sides, because not many teams also have scored against Spring Mills this year. They've only given up 23 points all season long, so Morgantown trying to become only the 3rd team to score on them too, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Spring Mills is in kind of a special spot where they're in line to go further than they ever have in school history, while also being favored to do it. It's not often you see teams make their own team history while being expected to do it. It just shows you what Coach Law has built here over the last year and a half, if you want to call it 2 years, as head coach, with the great season that they had last year, where they ran into a really good Huntington team in the quarterfinals, but they were still a very talented team. And this year they just have looked like they are broaching being on that level of a Martinsburg. Obviously, it was only a one-score game when they played Martinsburg, and obviously there's a lot of infrastructure that Spring Mills have to prove that they can do it year over year, and eventually prove that they could beat Martinsburg in a game. But I think we all expect them to have a second chance at it this year in the state championship game.
For now, we'll step aside, take our first break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll have the check of the area schedule. Only other team from the Panhandle that has a game this weekend is Jefferson against Hurricane tomorrow. So with the check of the area schedule, you'll get to hear from Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. We're going to change things up here with our check of the area schedule since we have the other 2 Eastern Panhandle games going on today. The only other team in action is Jefferson as they take on Hurricane tomorrow afternoon. So let's hear from Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter. I'm now joined by the head coach of Jefferson football, Craig Hunter. Coach Hunter, your team with a 48-28 win in round 1 of the playoffs against Cabell Midland last week. What were your thoughts about that game?
I thought the kids fought and played hard. There was touch and go early in the game. We were going back and forth battling. Kids had to go through some adversity. We went in at halftime, made some adjustments, was able to slow them down offensively and keep going with our offense and take the lead. And just once we got the lead in the fourth quarter, we didn't really look back. But the kids played well and played hard. You mentioned those halftime adjustments. What were some of them that worked well? Just the fact that they were giving us some unbalanced line looks, oversets. We had to make sure we had everything covered up properly. The kids were playing proper assignments and proper technique at halftime. To reiterate that and get back on track with that, to make sure they understood what their assignments were. Who were some people that really stood out in the game that were difference makers? Defensively, I would say early in the game, Jalen Allen, Jonas Weiser did a good job. Hakeem Drake, I thought Noah Bajan did a good job inside handling double teams for us. Kip Waldeck or Kirk Waldeck did a great job. So those guys defensively did a great job. And, I thought Dylan did a great job of running the offense, and Tayshawn did a great job of just running the ball, period, and doing whatever we needed him to do. This week you guys will take on Hurricane. What have you seen from them so far? Just pretty much, they're a team that pretty much, I guess, matches with us speed-wise. They got a lot of speed. The quarterback is an excellent player. He's a heck of a football player. Offensively, they're an offensive juggernaut. Defensively, they're able to get stops when they need them. They play hard on defense. It's gonna be a tough game. 3 versus 6 is always a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. We'll have to stop number 7, the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, keep him corralled, make him throw the ball in tight windows as best we can. Just get pressure on. What are some things that you're able to replicate in practice to put pressure on a quarterback with his capabilities? We have some guys that have the same skill set that we can help. We can pretty much simulate what they do offensively. So our skill set guys are pretty decent. That we go depth we have enough depth that we can actually kind of simulate what they do. You know, we have sometimes Dylan doesn't necessarily play defensive sometimes, so we can put him back at quarterback to simulate him moving around in the pocket or him running the ball. You know, those are some things that we can do and to simulate what they're going to do to us. That's always the key. You know, it was hard to simulate Cabell Midland's offense as much as what they did because they ran a lot of motion, a lot of deep motion, a lot of things of that nature. The timing was hard to simulate. Sometimes, like when you do things with a single wing offense, like you can't simulate how well they actually run the offense. But I think we can do a good job of actually simulating what they do and give us a good look this week in practice.
And then on your side of things, what are you hoping to execute to get the win?
Establish a running game. Hopefully, we can establish a running game. Get some play action. Get the ball to our guys in space. That's a key thing for us is, getting the ball to your athletes in space and letting them do what they do best. So using Tayshawn and Tony Allen, Rockwell, and Wallace. We didn't have Wallace last week. He didn't play last week. So having him back and having Benner back is a big thing for us this week. So those two didn't play last week. So
you mentioned Wallace being healthy, and I know it seems like for a lot of people, Roper's definitely healthy now as well. How much of a boost has it been to have your guys healthy at this point in the season?
It's good to have them at this point in the season. It's really good to have all your kids healthy as best you can. Because if you want to make this run in the playoffs, you really need all your kids healthy, ready to go. You need to be, I would say, you need to have your game plans tight and together. So you can bring it to the kids so they understand what's going on.
All right, Coach Hunter, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you for the time. Best of luck Saturday.
No fun question today?
I was thinking of one. Haven't really, but we'll see. I asked Coach Walker favorite playoff memory, so I guess I'll ask you that as well.
It's a tough one. I would say favorite playoff memory would be, I hate to do this to him because he's a good friend of mine. I guess it would be the year we were 5-5, and I don't think anybody really gave us a shot to beat Musselman. We beat Musselman in the first round of playoffs, 32-0 at their place.
All right, that's a good one for your side. Yeah, I can see where it's not so much for Musselman.
I said I hate to do it to him because he's a good friend of mine.
So maybe you won't hear it. You never know.
Oh, he'll hear it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. The only other quarterfinal matchup going on this weekend is number 5 Huntington at number 4 Wheeling Park. That was our check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rock's. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Harley Miller Systems pregame show, our quarterfinal matchup between the Morgantown Mohigans and Spring Mills Cardinals is about 40 minutes or so away from kicking things off as we now take a look at the visitors in Morgantown, a team that is 7th in the seeding for the playoffs, 8-3 overall. Kind of touched on those 3 losses from this year. A blowout loss in week 2, 49-0 against Bridgeport. Wheeling Park on the road, a 14-7 tough defensive battle that they fell short in, and then the most recent loss, Martinsburg, a game that we had for you on Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube 51-14. But still some very fantastic wins since that time as well. Currently on a 4-game winning streak, coming off that 35-10 playoff win against Woodrow Wilson just last week. And when we saw this team against Martinsburg, Dylan already touched on it earlier, they gave them a good fight in the first half, like what we saw from the dual quarterback system and Alex Himes and Maddox Twig kind of going back and forth. But the big thing for this team clearly is that ground game, and if they can get that going, they should have a shot at potentially pulling off the upset. But we know running the ball is very tough against this defensive line for Spring Mills with Xavier Anderson, Abel Meza, and Prophet Guillaume, as well as the linebackers that are not afraid to get up in there and do the dirty work too.
Yeah, A.J. Thomas is a really impressive running back. We saw that against Martinsburg, and he's shown that against plenty of teams this season. But the run game's not all on the running back. I talk about it a lot. Your offensive line has to, push the guys off the ball and open up holes for you. And Spring Mills does a good job, a really good job, great job even, of making sure that doesn't happen up front with their defensive line, especially, Abel Meza and Prophet Guillaume. Up on the defensive line, Xavier Anderson as well, and then their linebackers are really good as well at pursuing the ball. They have a lot of speed on that level of the defense, and they like to bring their safeties up towards the line of scrimmage in that 3-3-5 sort of look, and that's Max Anderson and Bradley Butts to come up towards the line, and it makes it hard for teams to run the ball on them at all. So we'll see what they're able to do. Maddox Twig and Alex Himes, we'll see what, if any, sort of rotation there is there. Twig being a freshman, you could tell he was inexperienced when Morgantown tried to have him drop back and pass against Martinsburg, but he did hit a couple big ones down the field to Cooper Carter, Carter Cooper, in that game against Martinsburg. So that's probably going to be a big thing for Morgantown. Can they hit those big plays down the field like they did against the Bulldogs? And can they run the ball at all? And Twig gave them some good stuff in the run game at quarterback, but you could, like I said, you could tell that inexperience. So we'll see if Himes, here as a senior, takes more reps at quarterback to try to keep composure in this hostile environment at Spring Mills in this big winner go home game. So I think that this is a really good team for a 7 seed. So Spring Mills is a really good team for a 2 seed though at the same time. So we're looking forward to a good one, I think.
Let's step aside, take another break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Sean Beiser, head coach of the Morgantown Mohigans. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football and talk radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, now joined by the head coach of Morgantown, Sean Beiser. Coach Beiser, your team gets a 35-10 win against Woodrow Wilson last week. Give us your thoughts on how that game went for your team.
Obviously, getting the win is a good thing. So, I thought our kids played fairly well. We played with, we were physical and ran to the ball and did all the things we needed to do, especially after having 3 weeks off because our bye week was week 11. So we had 3 weeks to set before we played again. So I was pleased with the way they played.
What were some specifics within the game that you were pleased with?
I thought we played well defensively up front and offensively up front. We controlled the line of scrimmage and were able to, get our running game going and also, slow their run game down. We, tackled really well in space, and our kids just played really hard. That was key to it.
Last time we saw you guys, it was Martinsburg at your place. Since then, you've now had a 4-game winning streak here in this part of the season. Do you feel like your team's playing the best football it can here down the stretch to potentially have a deep run?
I think we've gotten better every week. So, I would have to say that. Anything can happen on Friday, but up to this point, I think we've played fairly well and tried to improve here and there as we've gone, try to get a little bit better each week, and I think we've done that.
Friday's matchup against Spring Mills, what have you seen from them so far in the film that you've gotten a chance to look at?
They're a great football team. They're athletic. They're big. Their skill kids are big. They can all run. They got great team speed. Quarterback's excellent, great dual threat quarterback, and they got some big receivers. So they create a lot of matchup problems for you. Defensively, just good team speed on defense, and they run to the ball really well. And they've played great defense all year because they haven't given up hardly any points. So it's just a quality football team.
What do you feel like your team needs to do defensively to contain them, and then on offense to, put up points on the board, because not many teams have done that against Spring Mills?
Well, it all starts up front. We have to be really good on both offense and defense up front, and then we have to tackle really well in space. That's some key things right there.
What else do you feel like other than that, or is that just the main thing that you're trying to prioritize?
I think that's the main thing. That's what you have to prioritize. You always have to block and tackle. It all comes down, I don't care what you do, football comes down to blocking and tackling. So those are the things we have to do really well.
It's also a very special time of the year. Kids get to practice during Thanksgiving week. What are some things that you guys try to incorporate into the week to truly emphasize the specialness of the opportunity?
We just practice, man. We don't do anything special. We're doing what we've been doing. Whatever our recipe that's gotten us where we are is the same one we're going with right now. We're not changing anything, and we're just continuing to try to improve every week. That's the main thing, and they've earned the right to be here, and that's the message we've really given them. So let's make the most of the opportunity.
How do you make sure they stay focused on football, though, during this week as well, with it not being school, obviously, too?
They don't have anything else to focus on. We got some kids who'll go hunting and things like that, but, we're not making it any different than what it always is. I don't think you need to do anything extra to make them focus on football. They either want to be here or they don't, and our kids seem to want to be here. So we just come out and practice, and they have great energy, and they get after it to practice, and then we go home and rinse and repeat the next day.
What will that final message be given to your team before they take the field and try to knock off Spring Mills?
Just go leave it all on the field. There's no, it's win or go home. So, there's no holding back. You got to go out and give everything you got and then see what happens. We'll play this play, and that's all we're worried about.
All right, Coach Beiser, appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you. That was our coach's interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online on parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
WV Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery, a department of Berkeley Medical Center, offers comprehensive weight loss programs, both medical and surgical, designed to help you obtain a healthy weight and improve your quality of life. Our team at WV Medicine walks with patients every step of the way, before, during, and after surgery, to provide education, resources, and support. To learn more about WV Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery in the Dorothy McCormick Center, call 304-901-7080.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Providing reliable...
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Just under half an hour away from kickoff in this quarterfinal contest between Morgantown and Spring Mills. I'm Colin McLaughlin, alongside me Dylan Bishop, on-site producers John Alderton, cameraman Matt Miller, and Marcus Jordan. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as we now take a look at the home team, Spring Mills, who's now 10-1 on the year after picking up that huge win in round one, 56-0 in a cold and wet game last week against Hedgesville. It is Spring Mills' 9th shutout victory of the season. It's just been a special one all around. Already by far the best season in school history, but they still want one more, obviously, and a few more to go to get to Charleston and potentially get that first state championship. But first, you got to go through Morgantown.
Yeah, last week, the second straight game against Hedgesville, they were able to put up more points than they did in that last game of the regular season, and maybe they were taking it light in that game, or going all out in the last game, or whichever way you want to put it in that way. But Spring Mills runs the ball incredibly well with Max Anderson at quarterback, Blake Sanders at running back, and they mix in some Cam Taylor in there, maybe give Keon Mills the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and it makes for a very hard to stop offense. And you mix in the fact that Max Anderson can throw the ball really well, 4-year starter at quarterback. They have a great outside threat, the 6'4" or so Xavier Anderson on the outside with his brother throwing in the ball. Plenty of receivers to go around with Mills and Chase Shipley and Tyree Ramey, and even down further than that when they need them. But overall, obviously, Spring Mills, the strength is the defense. We talk about it a lot. I kind of talked about it last segment, where they just have some some beef up front, and then they have the speed on the second and third levels to, one, cover guys deep and pursue the ball when the ball is put on the ground. And that's going to be what Spring Mills has to continue today. They're going to make it hard on Morgantown to run the ball with A.J. Thomas. And, if Maddox Twig is behind center at any point, to run the ball with him. So this is just a very well-rounded team on all sides of the ball. And I think that they're going to be incredibly hard to stop in this one. They got the home field advantage. I think that this is a really special team that if they can get a win here today, obviously go further than they've gone before and set up a matchup against either Jefferson or Hurricane. They have their eyes on the prize. They can't look past Morgantown. Like I said, this is a very good number 7 seed in my mind in the Mohigans. But I think that this is this should be a case where Spring Mills is able to win by a lot of points. Now, I don't know if it'll be something like 50, but I think that Morgantown can keep up a little bit. And maybe if they get those big plays, then they can make it a game for a half like they did against Martinsburg. But my expectation is that Spring Mills will not keep their eye off of the ball, and they will be able to get past Morgantown today.
Let's step aside, take another break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Buddy Hessen, the assistant coach, defensive coordinator for Spring Mills, and we'll hear from a few Cardinal players as well, and Prophet Guillaume and Max Anderson. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Drive More Days is back at Carter Myers Automotive, and this year we'll keep you rolling with a $1,000 gas card. Visit any of our locations to take a test drive, and we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card. With that kind of money, fill up at the pump for the rest of the year, completely on us. Stop in during Drive More Days for your chance to win a $1,000 gas card. Only at Carter Myers Automotive. Owners just care more.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. I'm joined by defensive coordinator for Spring Mills, Buddy Hessen, the mastermind, people would say. I know Coach Law would definitely say, for this special season on that side of things. It's been 10 wins, 9 of them via shutout. That's the big storyline for this special season. Is it something that you imagined heading in, I guess, for starters?
No, I mean, this being my third year, my whole thing was to get better each and every year, and we've taken some huge steps from year 2 to this being year 3.
What I guess has been, in your mind, the true strengths to this defense here so far?
Well, I mean, up front, you got two guys that put on defensive end in Prophet and Xavier to put tremendous pressure on the quarterback. And then in the back end, we do, although we don't have a lot of interceptions, we do a good job in covering routes.
What are the, main things that you guys try to work on week in, week out to have the success that you guys have in those situations?
Well, it's kind of like our mantra. We want to play fast, and we want to be physical, and we want to be relentless in attacking offenses each and every week.
You mentioned it's year 3 for you here in this program and trying to grow that year in, year out. During the off season, I guess, is a big thing, obviously, in that weight room. We hear time and time again from Coach Law about how committed these kids are to that. I just want to hear your thoughts about that and kind of in agreement with Coach Law.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're definitely not there yet, but the growth in the 3 years has been tremendous, and we want to keep that from here on out.
You've always been a defensive guy here in the Panhandle, obviously. Just, I guess, what made you want to be a coach and be a defensive coach?
Just toward the end of my playing days, I'm like, what am I going to do? And I always kind of, I wanted to somehow stay in football and went the coaching route. But I've had, tremendous guys to look up to, guys that coached me in high school, guys that I played for in college. And I've tried to pull a little bit from each and kind of make that my own type of thing.
Other than on the football field, what is your message to these kids kind of just for life?
Well, playing this game teaches you so many lessons that you can take with you and use outside, of the game, and hopefully they can take those things and use it when they're done playing.
This week, you guys are in a quarterfinal matchup with Morgantown. What is, the message heading into this week and the game plan that you guys are trying to establish so far on the defensive side?
I mean, our game plan is the same. Morgantown, they have that run first, run second, run third mentality, and they want to try to impose their will on you. That that they're going to line up and say, here we come, stop us, and hopefully we're up to the challenge.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. That was our coaches interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football and talk radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States, and sadly, West Virginia has a higher rate of lung cancer than the nation as a whole. WV Medicine reminds you that CT lung screenings can save lives. The WVU Cancer Institute at Berkeley Medical Center's lung cancer screening program provides screenings, evaluations, and counseling for patients at high risk of developing lung cancer. For more information, contact the Lung Cancer Screening Program Nurse Navigator at 304-264-1287.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, scheduled appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Now joined by lineman for the Spring Mills Cardinals, Prophet Guillaume. Prophet, it's been a fantastic season, obviously, for you guys. Just give me, I guess, your thoughts of how special it's been.
I mean, a lot of us are used to, I guess you could say the old Spring Mills, maybe not winning that many games. So having a season like this is a dream come true. We all take advantage of it, and just the hard work pays off. Everyone that stay here, support the program, they're going to definitely get that rank.
With it being such a special year, how do you guys make sure that you stay humble but still stay hungry and focused on that ultimate goal?
We just got to keep reminding ourselves that not everyone can be in the position that we're in. Not every team has the athletes we have, and we just have to make the best of what we can and just do our jobs, everyone do their thing, and good things will happen.
What's been, I guess, the message and the identity for the team this year?
It's relentless. That's what it's been since I got here, since Coach Heston's got here. Just relentless. If 11 men are relentless on the field, you're going to win games, you're going to win state championships, you're going to turn the ball over, score touchdowns. That's just what it comes down to. It's just that relentless mentality, that 110% no matter what you do. Keep grind, don't stop. Lift twice a week, 3 times a week. It doesn't matter if it's playoffs. Condition twice a week. This is what we got to do. Everyone knows it. Everyone's balled in. I feel like finally everyone's balled in. So it's definitely a way better environment than, say, my 8th grade or freshman year playing high school football.
You guys are another step closer getting the win last week against Hedgesville. This week you guys take on Morgantown. What's kind of been the mindset and the approach here this week so far? I know it's still early on, though, and with it being a holiday week as well, how do you guys still prep yourself?
I mean, just these early practices, it feels amazing outside. Everyone's here 10 a.m. on time. So, we just got to be physical against Morgantown. They're going to try to out-physical us. We just got to be the bigger person and just no dumb mistakes, do what we got to do, and just play our ball. Just body them. We just got to be man up, and just do what we got to do, everybody.
All right, thank you for the time. Appreciate it, Prophet. So I'm now joined by quarterback safety for Spring Mills, Max Anderson. Max, you guys get a big win last week to start off the postseason here against Hedgesville. Just give me your thoughts about how that game went.
I thought the game went well. We came out fired up, and I think we did a good job of executing what we needed to do, and we did what we were expected to do. I think I'm proud of everyone that came out and battled through the game, even the young guys. But now we move on to next week and a new opponent.
With that, it's Morgantown this week. What have you guys kind of seen and getting your thoughts on them so far?
Morgantown's a really talented team. I mean, they do well what they got inside the box. They got a good D-line and good linebackers. So we just can't get pushed around this game. I think if we just come in doing what we need to do, execute and play our game, we'll be fine. But I mean, Morgantown, they're a well-known program, a good team. So if we just let them come in and push us around, it won't go our way. So we just got to come in, do what we're supposed to do, and just play fun and have fun and play the game.
This week it's quarterfinals, usually a semifinal week, but things got pushed back, so more teams get the opportunity to have this special moment of practicing and gearing up during Thanksgiving. How have you guys kind of dealt with that, stayed focused, though, on the task at hand?
I mean, you're supposed to come in every week, watching film, doing what you're supposed to do. So it's just another week. I mean, it is kind of cool, not having school, practicing every day, just going to practice, then going home, doing what you need to do, watching film and stuff like that. But it's been really fun. I think we're excited. We're excited to keep going into these next few weeks, playing, battling. So we're just enjoying it and having fun.
All right, Max, that's all I got. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
That was our player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, scheduled appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rocks app.
Starting route to Rocks local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
How was golf today, hon?
It was really good. The clubhouse had some really good deals.
Hey Dad, you know what's even a greater deal? Panhandle dumpsters.
They do have some really good deals.
Great deals. They're clean, yellow, and locally owned. If you use this promo code, you get $32 off your first month.
How'd you do that?
That's the magic of Panhandle. Try it.
Wowzers!
Wowzers!
Catch the great new deal at Panhandle Dumpsters. Use the promo code to get $32 off your first month.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote. It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Drive More Days is back at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. And this year, we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card with your test drive. And during the Make This the Summer sales event, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on select new Wranglers or up to $7,500 off MSRP on select new Grand Cherokees. Stop in today during CMA's Drive More Days for your chance at a $1,000 gas card completely on us. Online at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Drive More Days is back at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. And this year, we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card with your test drive. And during the Make This the Summer sales event, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on select new Wranglers or up to $7,500 off MSRP on select new Grand Cherokees. Stop in today during CMA's Drive More Days for your chance at a $1,000 gas card completely on us. Online at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Drive More Days is back at Carter Myers Automotive, and this year we'll keep you rolling with a $1,000 gas card. Visit any of our locations to take a test drive, and we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card. With that kind of money, fill up at the pump for the rest of the year, completely on us. Stop in during Drive More Days for your chance to win a $1,000 gas card. Only at Carter Myers Automotive. Owners just care more.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States, and sadly, West Virginia has a higher rate of lung cancer than the nation as a whole. WV Medicine reminds you that CT lung screenings can save lives. The WVU Cancer Institute at Berkeley Medical Center's Lung Cancer Screening Program provides screenings, evaluations, and counseling for patients at high risk of developing lung cancer. For more information, contact the Lung Cancer Screening Program Nurse Navigator at 304-264-1287.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Providing reliable protection.
Back going, our audio got turned off as well up here when we had to reset the ATEM, so going to have to try to adjust on the fly right now. 7:18 left in the first quarter, still scoreless between Morgantown and Spring Mills. It is a 3rd down and 7 for Morgantown. Ball on the 22-yard line. Mohegan ball. Maddox Twig in at quarterback right now for the 3rd and 7. So Twig takes the snap, runs to his right, has space, and there goes Twig bouncing off a tackler at the 30, lowers his shoulder, across the 30-yard line, and brought down to the 34-yard line. So that's enough for a Morgantown 1st down as they move the chains here for the Mohigans.
A pretty impressive start for them. Both teams had the punt in their first possessions. So Morgantown's defense stepped up to start out. Now they're able to move the ball, running with the quarterback.
So Twig at quarterback. Yes, A.J. Thomas at running back. Lined up right now to his right. Looks like they go with tight end on the right side of the line as an extra blocker and 2 receivers to each side. Some motion up front as Spring Mills tried to jump the snap. They got back as Twig takes the snap. Quarterback draw for Maddox Twig, and he'll only gain about a yard, which will bring up 2nd down and 9.
It's hard to do that consistently against Spring Mills. Run the ball up the middle on them. It's a lot of size, strength, and speed.
So 2nd and 9, ball at the 34. Twig hands it off to Thomas. Thomas on the counter to the near side. Can go nowhere as he tries to follow the block of his lineman here on the near side, but Butt's able to bring him down. That'll make it a 3rd down and about 6 or 7 yards to go.
Yeah, I think they gave him 2 yards, maybe 2.5 on that. Still a 3rd and long either way. So what can the freshman do? Can you make a play when you probably have to run the ball?
Twig in the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Thomas to his left. Twig steps back to pass now. Takes off and scrambles, picks up the 1st down with his feet, and will now finally be brought down right around midfield. That's enough for another 1st down for Morgantown, as in on the tackle, I believe might have been Max Anderson, and it appears he's coming in the near sideline with a potential stinger as well.
That's a great call from Morgantown on a 3rd and medium, 3rd and somewhat long to go with the QB draw.
1st and 10 at Morgantown's 48-yard line. Send a man in motion, fake it on a read option. Twig keeps it himself, gets across the 50 before being banged around and brought down at the 49-yard line of Spring Mills with 4:50 to go. Clock rolling here in the 1st.
Relying very heavily on the legs of a freshman quarterback here to see if they can keep this up for an entire game. It'll be tough.
And the ball's fumbled on the exchange. They went with a man in motion from right to left, trying to go with that jet sweep to Wells. But Wells couldn't grab it out of the hands of Twig. Twig has to fall on it. Big loss as the ball now back at the 44-yard line of Morgantown. That'll make it about a 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15.
Well, that's kind of the issue with relying so heavily on Maddox Twig back there. Is you might have moments like that from a freshman where there's an exchange that goes awry and things of that nature.
Twig alone in the backfield now, 3 receivers on the far side as he gets the snap, rolls to his right. It's a quarterback keep all the way as Xavier Anderson comes off the side, brings him down. Twig lost the ball, but they say that he was ruled down, so no fumble recovered for Spring Mills. Instead, it's just another big loss for Morgantown, which will bring up a 4th down. Ball at the 39-yard line. On comes the punt team for the Mohigans.
And another 3rd and long, and again, Morgantown just keeps it on the ground with their quarterback. Spring Mills is too good for that to do much.
Bobbled snap on the punt, scrambling around as the punter as he finally sends a short one, but has a very solid roll that Chase Shipley lets go by, as it will be downed at Spring Mills' 27-yard line with 3:05 left here in the 1st, still scoreless in this quarterfinal game.
Could call it luck, really, or a nice recovery by the punter, but to get that one off just barely and then get the bounce, it ended up being a pretty solid punt in the end.
Yeah, tough play for Steyer to make, but he was able to do so. But now it is a 1st and 10 for Spring Mills as they send 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Got Sanders lined up to the right side of Max Anderson, who gets the snap, hands it off to Sanders, who tries to power up the middle, but will be hit right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back, which will bring up a 2nd and 10, so he didn't get any yards on that carry.
A nice job by Morgantown up front. Saw a little bit of that when they played Martinsburg. They were able to stuff the runs up the middle sometimes. That was a game that Coy Fagan had to take a little more into his own.
This time, Anderson takes a snap, drops back to pass, does all the time in the pocket, but now it quickly collapses, so he takes off up the middle, gets across the 30, and brought down at the 34-yard line on the far side numbers. And that'll bring up a 3rd and medium here with about 2 minutes or so left in the first. First quarter brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931. As we'll get our next sponsor after this play. It's a quarterback keeper all the way from Max Anderson as he gets the snap, hesitates, tries to find the hole, goes to the right side of the line, and picks up the first down as he's brought down at the 38-yard line. Our other first quarter sponsors, Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. A go speed option. Anderson keeps it, picks up about a yard or two at most before being hit here on the near side around that 39-yard line, so that'll make it a 2nd and 9.
Well, I just talked about how Martinsburg had to put the ball into the hands of their quarterback a little more than they usually do. And there's 3 straight plays of Max Anderson carrying the ball. Ends up with a first down on the total of the last 2 before that.
2nd and 9 for Spring Mills. Anderson takes the snap, drops back to pass as a man open on the far side of the field. It is caught as going out of bounds is that receiver, Keon Mills, right around that first down marker, and it looks like they say he got it, which will stop the clock with 1:15 left in the first.
Just soft coverage on the outside from Morgantown. Little 5-yard out.
By Keon Mills before he's pushed back. But the forward progress is a gain of 4, which will bring up a 2nd and 6.
Going right back to the well. Same play. They threw the ball to him. The same route at the very least 2 plays ago. See Morgantown adjust that coverage at all.
Shipley and Mills, the receivers on the far side. Anderson, Ramey, the receivers on the near side. Anderson takes the snap, will hand it off to Sanders, who tries to run up the middle, but the defensive line for from Morgantown immediately comes into collapse on top of him, only a yard gained, which will make it a 3rd down and about 4 or 5. When we come back, as the quarter has come to an end, it is Morgantown nothing, Spring Mills nothing. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Take the stress out of updating and maintaining your home or business with RAI Properties. Serving the community for over 20 years, we specialize in fences, decks, landscaping, and property management. We also provide painting, flooring, vent cleaning, and renovation services. Our friendly, licensed professionals go above and beyond to get the job done right for you. For local service and trusted expertise for your next project, call RAI Properties today.
WV Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery, a department of Berkeley Medical Center, offers comprehensive weight loss programs, both medical and surgical, designed to help you obtain a healthy weight and improve your quality of life. Our team at WV Medicine walks with patients every step of the way, before, during, and after surgery, to provide education, resources, and support. To learn more about WV Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery in the Dorothy McCormick Center, call 304-901-7080.
We welcome you back here as we head to the second quarter between Spring Mills and Morgantown. Scoreless first quarter, as it is Spring Mills ball inside the red zone, 3rd and 5 from the 19. Again, our apologies at the beginning of the broadcast for some difficulties right as kickoff approaches is when things want to go wrong for some reason when we are here, it seems like, but as of right now, knock on wood, we got a decent enough signal for at least one camera to bring you the game. So here we go, 3rd and 5 for Spring Mills. Max Anderson with Sanders lined up to the right and 2 receivers to each side as they flip fields. Anderson claps, goes with a hard count and gets Morgantown to jump offside. That'll be enough for a first down.
Hard count just got him there, and I don't know that for sure this is a first down. I think it'll be 3rd and inches.
Looks like you're correct. Even though the scoreboard indicated a 3rd and 5, it's 3rd and inches. Mills in motion. They go with a speed option. Anderson fakes the pitch, and then at the last second, while being hit, does pitch it to Blake Sanders, who runs on the far side hash marks, and then tries to break towards the end zone, but gets tripped up at the 4-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal, Spring Mills.
Yeah, they were at about 3rd and 5.5 and before that penalty, and that's a great play to run on a short yardage situation. You're kind of just putting one defender into conflict and making the read off of it. It was a great play.
Anderson in motion, that being Xavier, as Max Anderson takes the snap, goes right up the middle out of the gun, and will be brought down right before the goal line at the 1. Make it 2nd and goal, as now Spring Mills goes no huddle. We'll see if they try to go again quickly with Max. Gets the snap, goes right up the middle, untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Spring Mills, with 11:14 left in the second. They draw first blood and make it 6-0 against Morgantown.
It was a great drive from Spring Mills. They were finally able to get the run game going. Morgantown held them up a little bit on that first drive, but that time they got it to work, and a lot of that was just putting the ball into the hands of the quarterback.
On to attempt the extra point, Lokayu Smith. Snap, an awkward one as the kick is low, but somehow made it through to make it 7-0 Spring Mills. As we step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We are back here as U. Smith on to kickoff for Spring Mills as they lead Morgantown 7-0 here in the early part of quarter number 2. It's going to be a short squib kick, and falling on top of it for Morgantown's Reese Wells at the 40 line of Morgantown. Let's now get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with either a swimming pool or hot tub from Floor Pools, with locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up location in the Valley Mall.
11-play drive for Spring Mills. They go 69 yards and get it into the end zone on a 1-yard touchdown run by Max Anderson.
Twig going with the I formation for Morgantown. A fullback, running back lined up behind him as he's under center, and they go with the handoff to A.J. Thomas, the running back, who tries to go plow straight forward and will get to the 41 to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Morgantown's trying what they can. They're trying to now condense the formations, bring in some extra blockers, try to get that run game going outside of just the QB run game, which is tough to have work all game long. Get A.J. Thomas going. It didn't work that time.
And they'll go out of the gun for Twig, and he hands it off again to Thomas on the outside sweep, and Thomas gets across midfield after juking past a few defenders and will be brought down just enough for a first down at the 49-yard line of Spring Mills.
They go a different direction that time. They pull the guards that time, power play, going the opposite way, the strength of the formation, and get a 10-yard gain that time. So the Morgantown trying some things, getting some varying levels of success.
Yep, they go with a wing back on the right side of the line, tight end on the left side of the line. They fake a jet sweep, hand it off to Thomas, goes up the middle, tries to push a few of his linemen forward to gain an extra yard or so. He gets a total of 2 on the carry to bring up a 2nd and 8 at Spring Mill's 47-yard line.
Yeah, split zone that time. Up the middle run. Another one that wasn't successful. But it's hard to go away from it. You get too predictable.
7-0 Spring Mills leads it with 9:40 left in the second quarter. 2 receivers to each side now for Twig. Gets the snap, rolls to his left. It's a quarterback keeper all the way as he has some great blocks in front of him out across the 40 now. Stiff arms a man and gets spun around and brought down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for another Morgantown first down.
13-yard gain from Maddox Twig. Great blocking that time from Morgantown. Got the guys out on the edge. A.J. Thomas is a lead blocker. I don't think Spring Mills saw it coming that time.
Now 4 men in the backfield as Twig hands it off to Thomas. And A.J. Thomas just patiently tries to walk his way kind of almost up that middle and then wanted to go for a burst once he saw the hole, but it immediately closed in on him as he was wrapped up by the legs and brought down for a gain of about 3 to make it a 2nd and 7. Twig in shotgun now with Thomas to his right. Sends a man in motion from left to right. They go with that jet sweep read option as now flags continue to fly, but there goes Twig fighting up the middle. Gets into the secondary and just shy of the red zone. And it sounds like the penalties against Prophet Guillaume of Spring Mills with a face mask. So that'll help Morgantown's drive off as well here.
It's another one there. The power read for Morgantown. When they pull those guards, it seems to be working out pretty well for them.
So first down and 10, ball at the, looks like 11-yard line of Spring Mills. I formation. It's Twig under center. Gets the snap. Turns, hands it off to A.J. Thomas, and right from behind is brought down by Xavier Anderson, who blew up the play from the edge. And it looks like A.J. Thomas might be down after the play. So we're going to have a official timeout, and we'll step aside and take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Welcome back to Golden Asian Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you our massive buffet with over 150 incredible fresh items. Food lovers, you're going to love this buffet with over 150 items with everything from appetizers all the way down to desserts. This buffet is massive. For family, friends, and foodies alike, you are going to love this place. Appetizers all the way down to desserts, meats, seafoods, and much, much more. Come on down here to Golden Asian Buffet and check out their incredible buffet.
Back here at Cardinal Stadium, Spring Mills leads Morgantown 7-0 in the second quarter. Injury timeout as A.J. Thomas, the running back for Morgantown, up on his feet and being helped off to the far sideline. As it'll be a 2nd down and 9 at the 10-yard line for Morgantown when we resume action.
It looks like he's putting all of his weight on one foot there as he's helped off the field. That's not a good sign for them. He's such a big part of this team. You can put another running back in there, but are they going to garner as much attention? Are they going to get as many yards after contact, especially?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to probably be Twig to step up as it's a quarterback keeper, and Twig gets tripped up, stumbles, and continues to drive forward, dives for the goal line, but they say he was down. His knee was about a yard short before he could get the ball there. Looks like will be the initial call, but now the officials all gather in, and they're going to rule it a touchdown. It's a touchdown Morgantown with 7:47 left in the second quarter. That makes it 7-6.
It was another great run by Twig. I'm really impressed by him and the interior offensive line of Morgantown. Open up some holes for him.
kind of go with a muddle huddle type deal, as now they bring everybody back in for more of a traditional extra point look for Aiden Steyer, who's lining it up on to holds Alex Himes. Low snap, Himes puts the ball down, and the kick is up from Steyer and good, but whistles blow now as there is a flag blowing that PAT dead, as it's a false start called against Morgantown. So take the point off the board just for a moment as they have to back things up 5 yards for another extra point try.
Makes things a little tougher, but Steyer should still be able to take the exact same technique at this one.
So now it's a 25-yard extra point as Steyer's kick up, and he drills it to tie us up at 7 here in the second quarter. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Back on this windy but sunny day in Martinsburg at Cardinals Stadium, as Steyer to kick off from Morgantown. They have tied it up at 7 apiece against Spring Mills. So it's a booming end-over-end kick into the back of the end zone by Steyer for a touchback, which means it's time for our scoring drive summary, brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with either a swimming pool or a hot tub from Floor Pools.
8 plays, 62 yards from Morgantown, 35 yards rushing on 3 carries for Maddox Twig, as he ends up in the end zone on a 10-yard rushing touchdown.
It'll be 1st and 10 Spring Mills at its 20-yard line as Anderson in the gun. Gets the snap, runs to his right, fakes the pitch, now cuts up the middle, bounces off one tackle, and then a swarm of Mohigans finish him off across the 25 to the 26-yard line is where they say Anderson goes down. So that'll be a gain of about 7, which will bring up a 2nd down and 3.
He is tough to bring down.
They say the 27-yard line is where he was stopped. 2 receivers to each side for Max Anderson. They go with a handoff to Sanders. No, RPO, as Max Anderson even fooled me. He tries to get a slant to Ramey. It's the pass low and nearly picked off by Zayden Lockett, but they say it hit the turf first.
Got a little lucky on that one. He double pumped on the RPO after deciding not to hand it off. And the window wasn't as open as he thought it was going to be.
3rd and 3, Anderson takes the snap. This time does hand it off to Sanders, but he's immediately tackled by Lockett, lost the ball, but they say he was down, as that is a loss of 4 on the play. We'll make it a 4th and 9, and that brings on the punt team for Spring Mills with 6:54 and the clock winding down in the second quarter.
I think you're going to say it's 6 yards lost on that one. It was just a perfectly timed blitz from Morgantown. So they came through and blew up the play. It might have been a read option, but neither option was very good.
Punt bounces at the 50. Will roll for 5, and now 9 yards in total as it's down at the 41-yard line of Morgantown.
Here's Morgantown's chance. A.J. Thomas, his absence is very notable, but They were able to go down the field mostly on the legs of the quarterback last time, and that's been successful for them in the last 2 drives overall. See if they stick with it.
Yep, it's Maddox Twig at quarterback right now, alone in that backfield. Gets the snap. Run up the middle, spins off a tackle, continues to keep those feet churning before being stopped at the 44-yard lines for a pickup of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
This Morgantown offense has a lot of different looks to it, very versatile.
Looks like they're going to go with the eye. This Twig goes under his center, Jacob Woodall. Make sure everything's set. He gets the snap. We'll hand it off to the new running back as that play immediately blown up as it's Isaiah Thompson, the junior. It's going to lose 2, maybe 3 yards on that run, which will make it a 3rd and 9.
Just immediately blown up in the backfield. Spring Mills, I mean, there's a new running back in there, but that play had nothing to do with the running back. That's just a blown assignment on the offensive line. Great defensive line play from Spring Mills to set up a 3rd and long.
So Twig goes shotgun, 10 seconds left on the play clock. Gets the snap, runs to his right, now takes off, cuts back in, and will be out across the 50 and brought down at the 49-yard line. And that is enough for a 1st down for the Mohigans. Is that designed kind of QB sweep that has just caused issues so far for the Spring Mills defense?
And you know what that looks like? That looks like the play that Martinsburg had the most success running against Spring Mills with. McCoy Fagan.
Twig hands it off to Thompson. Thompson gets tripped up on that left side of the line. Will dive forward to pick up 2 yards or so on that run.
Morgantown is trusting that they can win up front on the offensive line with some longer developing blocks and pulling some offensive linemen here and there, and that their freshman quarterback can find the holes. And so far, they've been right.
2nd down and 8, ball at the 47 of Spring Mills. It's 7 apiece between Spring Mills and Morgantown. Morgantown with the ball with 4:10 left in the 2nd quarter. Twig fakes a few handoffs before finally giving it up. I believe he gave that time to Lockett in on the run. And Lockett gets it to about the 45-yard line to make it a 3rd down and 6.
Setting up very well for potentially a 4th down situation if you get a solid gain on this play. Trying to drain some clock, perhaps, so that Spring Mills, if they do get the ball back, doesn't have much time.
Got Carter Cooper as well as Lockett, the receivers to the near side. Wells, the H-back on the right side of the line for Twig. Gets the snap, rolls to his right, and will decide to pass it underneath to Zayden Lockett, who catches it but was falling while doing so on that screen pass, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and Morgantown's going to decide to play the field position battle and bring on the punt team.
I see what they were going for there, going back to that sort of QB power sweep, whatever you want to call it, and then having a pass off of it, but it was a bubble screen.
Steyer on the punt, Shipley back to return as Steyer sends it high. It's a wobbler to the near side, and it's caught around the 25-yard line by Shipley. Runs towards the near sideline across the 30 and will be brought down as he goes out of bounds, which stops the clock with 2:43 left in the 2nd quarter. Our 2nd quarter is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, as well as Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880. Keon Mills gets sent in motion as Anderson drops back to pass. The screen pass caught on the near side by Chase Shipley, and he has a beautiful block in front of him as he now tries to cut towards midfield
in between the numbers and hash marks. He's brought down on the near sideline across the 40 to the 43-yard line for a first down.
Called a gain of about 13. Nice play call to start the drive. Spring Mills has 2.5 minutes and all 3 timeouts to go down the field here.
3 receivers on the far side, 1 in the near side for Max Anderson, who gets the snap, drops back, looking to pass on the far side, chucks it deep, has his brother wide open and broken coverage, and he lost it in the sun around that 25-yard line. Xavier Anderson was just waiting for that ball to come down, and he just couldn't track it. It hit his hand and went right through the arms.
Wow, you might be right about that, Colin. I can't see the sun from our position, so it's certainly possible that he looked up into the sky on the opposite side here. That's where he lost it. But either way, it couldn't come down with it.
2 receivers to each side now. As Max Anderson drops back the pass, examining his options, has all the time in the pocket now. Runs to the near side and will be hit as he tries to throw that ball away into the near sideline, as nobody could get open for him, as that was a very lengthy play. Give credit to the line, though, for giving Max Anderson that time to try to find somebody without holding. Give credit, obviously, to the Morgantown secondary as well for making sure nobody got open.
Yeah, that was a great job by the Mohigans. So here you go, 3rd and long. You played the field position game, punted the ball. Yep. Can you get the stop?
3rd and 10 at Spring Mills, 43-yard line. Anderson shotgun formation. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, kind of rolls to his right. It's a screen pass, and he led the running back, Blake Sanders, just a little too much. That falls incomplete. And the punt unit for Spring Mills will come out with 2:03 left here in this second quarter. We're still tied at 7 between Morgantown and Spring Mills.
So that drop is even more significant now after you can't get the first down. The Mohigans brought the blitz from Zayden Lockett on the left side, and I think it threw off Max Anderson a little bit on the screen pass.
Punts away by Max Anderson. It bounces at the 31 and will roll to the 20-yard line as it's down by Xavier Anderson with 1:53 left in this second quarter. As we has a flag around that 50-yard line. So we'll wait to see what the flag is, as Spring Mill is pointing as if it's against Morgantown. So it's a illegal blindside block, which will be a half the distance to the goal penalty against Morgantown.
Well, that makes this a really hard drive to potentially try to get points on before the half. You're just under 2 minutes. They're going to put this... The ball was downed.
It was down at the 20.
At the 20, so it should be at the 10, which that's where the chain gang seems to be setting up.
Yeah, they've yet to mark off the penalty, as
there they go.
A few of the officials were confused, and now it is being assessed. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Morgantown at its 10-yard line. They're going to keep everybody tight for Maddox Twig under center. That's the snap. Hands it off to Hawkins, and Hawkins loses the ball. At the 25-yard line, it was scooped up. And after the play, a huge hit there by Twig, as Xavier Anderson was going with the ball as if he recovered the fumble and was trying to go to the end zone. Well after the whistle, he was slammed by Twig. No flags. So we're going to just get a timeout here as that play ends up just being a 6-yard carry for Hawkins.
I think it's kind of tough to call a flag there when it's kind of up in the air if it was a fumble or not. And Twig it's not dirty by any means. Twig is, in case the call is a fumble or it can be overturned to a fumble, making sure that Spring Mills isn't getting a touchdown off of it. It looks bad because the whistle was blown, but I understand why. I think it'd be hard for me to throw a flag on that.
They reset the game clock to 1:45, I believe, left here in this second quarter. The way the sun's shining, there is a bit of the glare on that scoreboard in the left side end zone. It is 7-7 here between number 2 Spring Mills and number 7 Morgantown. Winner heads to the semifinal and will take on the winner of tomorrow afternoon's game between Jefferson and Hurricane. Second down and 5 as looks like we're going to get a timeout now by Morgantown. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices, with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
We're back at Cardinal Stadium. Timeout brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. So both teams have used a timeout now back-to-back as Twig under center will hand it off to his running back who follows his blockers and will be brought down a few yards shy of first down, which will cause Spring Mills to use another timeout, as it'll be a 3rd down and 2 as that Spring Mills second charge timeout. There's 1:38 left now in the quarter, as that, I believe, was Thompson, the ball carrier on the run.
The Cardinals are hoping that they can get the ball back here. Obviously, from this position, if you punt from inside your own 20, you're more than likely going to give Spring Mills very good field position. It can be a bit of a risk because you are stopping the clock for Morgantown while they're on offense. So if Morgantown can get this first down, and this is an offense that's predicated on running the ball, so it is going to be tough to go down the entire field in just a minute and a half. At this point, just over a minute and a half. So Spring Mills taking the gamble that they can take some timeouts, try to get the ball back, and that Morgantown can't move the ball all the way down the field for some points.
3rd and 2 for Morgantown. Twig under center. Hands it off. They power right up the middle and pick up the first down on the back of a few linemen. Is that running back this time? I believe it was Thompson again. Now it was Hawkins, the ball carrier that time, for a first down across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Stops the clock with 1:34 here in this second quarter. So now they flip everything around. You got Wells,
clock is running.
Hawkins, Thompson lined up behind Maddox Twig, who's under center. Twig hands it off to Thompson, and Thompson goes from right to left and now up the middle. Will be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line, which will make it 2nd and 6 with 59 seconds left here in the second quarter. I believe Spring Mills has used its final timeout, and we'll take a 30-second break alongside them. It is 7 apiece still here in the second quarter between Spring Mills and Morgantown. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
So what? So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free. Use the promo code to get the first month free.
Cardinal Stadium. It is Morgantown with the football for a 2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line for the Mohigans. 7-7. There's 59 seconds left before halftime. Morgantown really just playing time of possession ball, continuing to pound the ball as now out of the timeout. It'll be Twig just taking a knee as Morgantown pretty content, it appears, with just heading into the locker room, tied with the number 2 team in 4A at 7, heading into the half.
I get it. I do. Like I said, this offense hasn't really shown much of an ability for explosive plays, the way they're just sort of running the ball. So, yeah, go into the half tied. Don't give any room for some mistakes that could give Spring Mills the ball right at the red zone.
Another kneel down, and that'll be the final play of the second quarter. So we will head into the locker rooms. Tied at 7 between Spring Mills and Morgantown in a very quick first half. So we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back with our halftime show. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube, back in 2 minutes.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium. At the half, it is number 2 Spring Mills 7, number 7 Morgantown 7. Our halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producers, John Alderton, cameraman Matt Miller, and Marcus Jordan. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as we're at halfway. It's been a very quick game so far. No really explosive passing plays. A lot of just run the ball so far between these two. As for Morgantown, it's worked out well. You're tied at the half with the Cardinals.
Morgantown's really just trying to control the clock here and play the time of possession game. And for the most part, it's working now. The injury to A.J. Thomas in that first half is very significant. They really had to rely on Maddox Twig at quarterback, the freshman, to put the ball into his own hands and carry the ball. He's done a really good job of it. Their one touchdown came from him, a 10-yarder. Really impressed by their offensive line. But overall, they're doing a good job of just trying to keep the ball out of Spring Mills' hand. Offense, they got a stop on the first drive. Then they did let Spring Mills go on an 11-play touchdown drive. But overall, their defense has been impressive. This is a even better performance from them than in the first half against Martinsburg. So I'm very impressed by the Mohigans. I expected them to put up a better fight against Spring Mills than most teams, but they're exceeding my expectations even past that.
Let's get our first half stats unofficially as our cameraman Matt Miller almost flies out of the press box. It is windy here in Martinsburg, for those who didn't know, as our first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. You can buy your vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. They'll even service your vehicle, your house, as well. That is Hagerstown Ford.
Unofficial first half stats, we had to deal with some technical issues during the first drive for each team, but they were three or four plays and a punt for each side. But past that, Maddox Twig, I have him as just having one pass, and it went for no yards. And past that, he did carry the ball 13 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Thomas, 6 carries for 18 yards before his injury. And a couple, plays Hawkins has 3 carries for 10 yards. And that's pretty much it from Morgantown. On the Spring Mills side, Max Anderson only 3 of 7 for 26 yards through the air. He's carried the ball 7 times for 51 yards and a rushing touchdown. Blake Sanders had an 11-yard run, but his most recent carry was a loss of 6 yards, so I have him as 4 carries for 6 yards overall. Keon Mills is a leading receiver for either side with 2 catches for 13 yards. The only other player with yards is Chase Shipley with one 13-yard completion.
So there you go. That's our first half stats. Our score at the half, it is Spring Mills 7 and Morgantown 7, as the winner will head to that semi-final matchup next week to take on the winner of the Hurricane Jefferson game, which is at Jefferson tomorrow afternoon. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you into the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini. Of course, with this being a mid-afternoon high school football Friday game, don't have a whole lot of We actually don't have any high school football scores to report around the Mountain State. But, of course, a reminder for you tonight on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, we will have Martinsburg Bulldogs football as the Bulldogs play in their quarterfinal matchup against Parkersburg South. So looking forward to that contest. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff, 6 p.m. pregame show live from Coburn Field in Martinsburg, West Virginia. But, of course, with no high school football going on, we do have some college football on this Black Friday. Boise State leads Oregon State. Boise State leads Oregon State here 27-10 in the third quarter. Colorado on top of Oklahoma State 35-0. Minnesota 21, Wisconsin 7 in the third. Miami, Ohio 14, Bowling Green 11 in that game. And then Ohio, Ball State 35-14 in favor of Ohio, and Navy leads East Carolina 14-3. Of course, the NFL yesterday, Thanksgiving scores, and if you haven't catched up with those already, Lions beat the Bears, 23-20. The Cowboys defeat the Giants 27-20, and the Packers beat the Dolphins 30-17. Of course, tomorrow on Talk Radio WRNR, you can hear West Virginia Mountaineers football as the Mountaineers take on Texas Tech. That is a noon kickoff from Lubbock, Texas, as the WVU football team already bowl eligible, so just trying to finish out the regular season with their 7th win of the year and head into bowl play, playing some decent football as they've won possibly back-to-back after beating UCF last week 31-21. Also, there is some men's college basketball going on today, but nothing really too exciting to report on at this time. But West Virginia will be in action at 3 p.m. against number 24 Arizona, as the Mountaineers have had a solid trip down in the Bahamas as they were able to knock off number 3 Gonzaga 86-78, but they lost to Louisville 79-70, so they'll finish things up against Arizona there in the Bahamas at 3 p.m. That game can be watched on ESPN2, and we may have the conclusion for it here on the radio side of things, depending on when it wraps up, but probably not too much of it, if any at all. Georgetown is their next game, though. That will be on December 6th as they return to Morgantown. That'll do it here for your halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini again here at the half. We're tied, surprisingly, between Morgantown and Spring Mills, tied at 7 through the first half of play. This is West Virginia High School Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll take a break, and on the other side of that break, we'll hear from Colin and Dylan, who will get you set for the start of the second half.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
So what?
So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free. Use the promo code to get the first month free.
We welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Dylan Bishop, our on-site producers, John Alderton, Matt Miller, Marcus Jordan, our cameramen. Back at the studio, Nick Verzolini at the half still. About 5 minutes or so left on the halftime clock. We're tied at 7 between Morgantown and Spring Mills. And with our technical difficulties earlier, we never really got keys to the game. So should we do second half adjustments, Dylan, for that so we can get WVU Medicine something here? It's WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Well, Morgantown, I think, is playing really well for their side. I think they need to focus a little more on Max Anderson's legs. I think that Spring Mills has kind of resorted to a lot of the quarterback run to get their offense going, which is the same can be said for the other side. Morgantown's really relied on Maddox Twig to get things going on the ground, so I think a similar thing can apply to Spring Mills. I think that they just overall need to do a better job of reading the guards up front, so that things aren't opening up for Maddox Twig to run, because he's got some holes to run through. This isn't fully just a Maddox Twig breaking tackles. He's making good reads and picking the right hole to go through. But I think that maybe Spring Mills underestimated Morgantown's ability to move the ball on with the offensive line. Now, it's not working every single play, but it is working enough that Morgantown was able to get down the field for a touchdown. And I think that Spring Mills can also probably open things up in the air a little bit on offense. Max Anderson has only completed 3 passes. Now, they've tried to. Some of these are incompletions on Max's part. I think maybe they need to adjust to the pressure that Morgantown is showing them off the edge. Morgantown's sending a lot of blitzes. They haven't all been picked up, so it's leaving Max Anderson a little shook on a couple of these throws that he's had. He threw 3 straight incompletions to end the first half, although one of them was a drop by his brother, which should have been a walk-in touchdown. So I think maybe Spring Mills can open up the pass game a little bit, go deep, try to hit Xavier Anderson on another one of those deep balls, and I think next time maybe it won't get lost in the sun or whatever happened on that play.
Since we had our issues, want to give shout-outs to starting lineup. Sponsor was brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs. Visit them online at bodwellinsurancesolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. Another sponsor that we missed earlier with our technical issues, Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com. Use the promo code TV10 to get your first month free, as well as the Berkeley County Health Department Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly court in Martinsburg, as Morgantown coming back out onto the field right now, still waiting for Spring Mills to do so. You got something else, Dylan, that you want to add here?
I do. We're talking about the big play down the field to Xavier Anderson that he didn't make the catch on. Rick Kozlowski's paying us a visit up in the booth here. He made a mention of something we didn't consider, the wind. So the wind, that ball hung up in the air so long that it probably got thrown off, and Xavier Anderson's ability to track the ball in the air was thrown off by that. And I think that's a big reason that you've seen Spring Mills only have 7 pass attempts. Morgantown only has 1 that I have track of. Obviously, with the first 2 drives there, I think we weren't able to keep track of the stats for. But all in all, I think that the wind is definitely making things difficult for both teams. It is cold and windy. The wind makes it colder. The wind chill.
It makes sense. We should have probably thought of wind first, because that's been what's causing us issues with our cameras today. So it
Right.
only makes sense for it to wreak havoc on the teams as well.
Yeah, so that's probably a reason Spring Mills might not air it out quite as much. But they still can get things going in the quick pass game. We saw a couple quick outs from Max Anderson to Keon Mills early in that one. They try to hit some screen passes. Keep going back to that, and I think that those will work out a little more in the second half.
So about under a minute left on the halftime clock. Expecting them to add some time, though, for allowing teams to stretch and still have the captains to meet at midfield with the officials. So we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll be back with the second half kickoff again at the half. It is 7 apiece between Spring Mills and Morgantown. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
We are back live at Cardinal Stadium, just about set for our second half kickoff, which is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Spring Mills and Morgantown battling it out here for a trip to the state semifinals in Class 4A, knotted up at 7.
Notable for Morgantown is that A.J. Thomas is back out on the field. He went out for the second half meeting of the captains at midfield. He's got his helmet on. See if he actually comes out and plays. It looked like as he was coming off the field, an injury that would not allow him to come back in, but maybe he just needed some rest and he can get back out there. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that a little bit later because it will be Morgantown kicking off to Spring Mill. So I guess we can see if he's out at free safety or not, but the way things are going, I wouldn't expect him to because teams haven't really been throwing the ball. So if you're wanting him on offense, just leave him on offense. Would be my expectation, however. That's just pure speculation, obviously, on my end.
Yeah, if he's limited at all, then he provides you more value at running back.
So Steyer on to kick off for Morgantown as Jaden Smalls holding the ball on the tee with the wind here, continuing to howl through and blowing some trash onto the field as well. But Steyer sends a end-over-end kick that is going to bounce into the end zone for another touchback, which will be bringing the ball to the 20-yard line for Spring Mills.
So no A.J. Thomas on defense.
And for Spring Mills, you got Max Anderson at quarterback right now. I believe that might be Cam Taylor getting a spot at running back to his left currently. And two receivers to each side. Sanderson claps his hands vigorously to try to draw somebody offside. Now sets, claps once. Will be a handoff to Taylor, who bounces it to the outside as goes across the 25, extends out to the 26, but flags flying around on the run.
From where it came from, I'm assuming this is something on the offensive line.
My apologies, I thought it was Taylor, but it's actually Sanders, as that is a holding penalty called against Spring Mills to back him up 10 yards.
It's a rough start to the drive. I think, though, only a 5-yard penalty from the looks of things, from where it happened on the field.
So, ball at the 15 now. Sanderson again hands off to Sanders, who has a huge hole up the middle into the secondary across the 25 to the 26 as his forward progress finally stopped by Kelton Blunt and another Mohigan. Well, that is a big run after the holding penalty to make this a much more manageable drive.
Absolutely. You got back the penalty yardage and then some.
So that'll make it about a 2nd and 3 as they go speed option. Anderson pitches it to Sanders on the near side as he jumps out of a tackle and will get to the 35-yard line for a first down for Spring Mills. As Lockett finally brings down Sanders.
Well, that was the other thing that Spring Mills didn't really have going for them in the first half was Blake Sanders. He had one run of 11 yards on a pitch play, speed option, but past that, nothing really.
Max Anderson shotgun formation with Sanders lined up to his left. They go with another handoff to Sanders, who goes up the middle. Might have lost the ball. Morgantown, I think, fell on top of it. They're pointing as if they have it. There's still some pushing and shoving on the ground. Refs trying to clear the pile, and now they're pointing Morgantown ball. In on the recovery for the Mohigans, number 55, Akir Johnson. The big senior gets the ball at the 38-yard line of Spring Mills on the turnover.
That is massive. Not only a turnover, but Morgantown has pretty good field position here.
Twig, shotgun formation. Thompson, the running back, to his left as Twig keeps the ball, runs up the middle, and will be cut at the knees down at the 41-yard line. Or, 36-yard line.
Morgantown's been doing a lot of ball control style offense. If they can keep that up for the second half, they have a chance here to score a touchdown and then be in the driver's seat to try to control this game. If they can continue keeping Spring Mills' offense off the field when you have the lead, that would be the makings of an upset. See if they can do it for another 2 quarters.
No. You got 10 minutes, 10 seconds left on this third quarter clock as they go with the eye. And now flags come in as a timeout taken by Morgantown before the ball snapped. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Back here out of the timeout, as the timeout brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. Morgantown will have 2 timeouts left. This is Twig. I'll hand it off here out of the play to the running back, Isaiah Thompson, who is the 4th in line. And he powers forward behind the other 3. Will get across the 30 or so. Now they say he was actually brought down at the 31-yard line, which will make it a 3rd and 2. So they need to get to the 29.
Out of the Maryland Eye.
Yeah.
That time.
Got to reset the play clock to 25. Game clock right now at 9:33 in the 3rd. It is Spring Mills 7, Morgantown 7. As they go back to that Maryland I formation.
I wouldn't snap the ball with any more than 5 seconds left on the play clock.
They all get set. Twig hands it off to Thompson again, who's trying to break through the tackle of Xavier Anderson as he just clings on to the foot of Thompson for dear life and will finally bring him down. And that's a loss of 2 on the play to bring up a 4th and 4.
That is a gigantic play from Xavier Anderson to get back there. There's an opportunity to get a stop, give up no points off of that turnover. Setting up a tough 4th down for Morgantown.
Now it's Twig out of the gun. Thompson to his right, 2 receivers near side. Twig takes the snap, keeps it himself, loses the ball, it's on the ground, and Spring Mills falls on top of it. So a turnover responded by a turnover. It would have been turnover on downs anyway. Cardinals will have the ball at their 33-yard line, I believe. That is still a huge momentum shift.
Yeah,
in this defensive battle.
I think if myself up here in the booth can predict that was the likely play for Morgantown to go to, and Buddy Hessen could predict it too, and Spring Mills looked ready for it.
Play action pass, it's caught, and at the very last second, it wasn't. It looked like Xavier Anderson had it, but while trying to make a move, he just couldn't bring it all the way through, so that's going to be an incomplete pass to make it 2nd and 10.
And they went for another RPO, and it was a nice throw by Max, but Xavier just couldn't hang on. He's had a tough day out there at wide receiver, as Xavier.
Screen pass to the near side, caught by Chase Shipley, and he has big space now on the near side thanks to a great blocking by the rest of his team, and he's inside Morgantown territory out across the 40 and brought down at the 38-yard line. That screen pass has worked multiple times now here for Spring Mills as they go quickly at a no huddle. 3 receivers, far side, 1 to the near side for Max Anderson, who gets the snap, goes with the speed option and keeps it himself as he goes right up the middle. Will be wrapped up by the legs and tackled at the 30-yard line, as in on the tackle again is Lockett for Morgantown.
And Chase Shipley with the biggest play of the day before that one on that screen pass.
Again, no huddle as they go with a handoff to Cam Taylor, and he loses the ball. And again, it's recovered by Morgantown. Another fumble here in the quarter by Spring Mills running backs. And Morgantown will have the ball at its 30-yard line.
And that was a good-looking drive from Spring Mills, too. That is just really unfortunate. You got to hold on to the ball. That's one of the only ways that you're going to lose this game to Morgantown, is to give up possessions like that on your own.
I say it's at the 29 for Morgantown for a 1st and 10. Twig, shotgun formation. Gets the snap, and he's going to run it himself up the middle. Breaks through a tackle into the secondary to the 35 and clipped at the 36-yard line. So gain of 7 will make it a 2nd and 3. Yeah, there on that fumble, it just appeared that Cam Taylor kind of got hit, spun around, and was heading backwards while the ball got stripped out.
Yeah, that's just a tough break for Spring Mills again.
So 2 receivers near side, tight end to the left side of the line. Twig in the gun. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson now cuts to the outside, tries to cut back in at the hash marks on the far side. We'll get to the 37-yard line to make it a 3rd down and 1. Still 7-7 here in the 3rd quarter with 6:50 left in the quarter. Spring Mills trying to sub. There's some confusion, but with Morgantown taking its time, they get away with it. Now Twig under center here on this 3rd and 1.5 or so. Handed off to Hawkins. Hawkins has the 1st down and then a few more yards as he goes straight up the middle across the 40 and brought down at the 47-yard line. 1st down, Morgantown.
You got to give a lot of credit to the Morgantown offensive line. They are opening up holes that nobody other than Martinsburg has been able to on this Cardinals front. It can be done against this heavy personnel. You get them in there against 3 down defensive linemen and then 3-3-5 defense. It can be tough for these linebackers to go up against these linemen.
I formation. Twig hands it off. His tailback, Isaiah Thompson, who's doing the ball carrying now due to A.J. Thomas being injured in that 2nd quarter. We weren't sure if we were going to see him or not here in the 3rd because he did go out still as the captain at halftime, but we have yet to see him on the field for a play.
And Morgantown's still been able to get some run game going, but it does look difficult out there. They're not making it look easy.
Cooper out wide as Twig takes the handoff, keeps it himself, and we get a flag thrown at the 40-yard line as Twig is tackled for a loss of about 3 yards on the play to the 41. While breaking through a tackle is when the flags were going in. So waiting to see who it's on.
It's an easy face mask on Spring Mills.
5:25 left in the 3rd, and that's what helped Morgantown out on its touchdown drive, was a face mask penalty against Spring Mills as well.
I think it was Prophet Guillaume on that one. He was the first guy to get to Maddox Twig and just grabbed him by the face mask.
Morgantown will break the huddle. Twig will go under center. One man on the near side out wide. Twig takes the snap, hands it off to Thompson, and Thompson might have lost the ball. There's a pile forming now, but I think they say he was down before the ball came out. Spring Mills was trying to point to say they had it, as Thompson got to the 34-yard line on that carry to make it a 2nd down and about 3.5.
Morgantown's making it difficult for these linebackers on the 2nd level of the Spring Mills defense to know where the ball is going. Normally, a lot of the run game that the teams play against Spring Mills can be pretty predictable, but it's hard to predict this.
This time it's a handoff to Hawkins, who spins around while going right up the gap in the middle. Will be stopped just shy of the 30. Looks like they say actually the 32-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1 as they got to get to the 31. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's Spring Mills and Morgantown still tied at 7-7. Play clock at 25 going down. Morgantown breaks the huddle. 3 receivers near side. Twig in the gun alone. Gets the snap. Runs to the right. Tried to see a hole up the middle. Went for it and doesn't get the first down. Only got back to the line of scrimmage. Big stop there right now by this defensive line of Spring Mills. Keeps it 4th and 1.
Got to keep the offense out here, I think. And I think they're going to bring the chains out for measurement. Yeah, from here, man, that's close, actually. I was going to say I think it's short, but I don't know if it is.
Here comes the Cheng gang for the measurement. The nose of the football is very, very close, and they're going to say it's short by just a few inches.
That might be.
I had the binoculars out waiting to see if they were going to bring that card out or not to see if there was any space.
I think it might be a inch. Not even 4th in inches.
So here you go. 4th and an inch.
I do think that was 2 straight third downs where it was pretty predictable from the formation Morgantown came out in that it was going to be a run with Maddox Twig. See if they come out in a different look this time. That look with the backs in the backfield has been pretty successful for them. That's what it looks like. Split T over here.
Yep, split T with 3 in the backfield. Twig under center. A handoff up the middle. Everybody fighting on the pile. Both sides pointing as if they either had to stop or picked up the first down. The pile still being uncovered, and we get the of first down, Morgantown.
Gave him a yard.
That's just power football for the Mohigans on that carry.
Yeah, they got the job done. Spring Mills packed it in, knowing that that was probably where it was going, but still, it's tough to not give up that conversion there.
1st and 10 at the 30. Twig, I think, wanted to hand it off to Wells in motion, but a miscommunication as he had to keep it himself and tried to just get back to the line of scrimmage, which he was able to do so, make it a 2nd down and 10. There's 2:40 left in this third quarter, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call them at 304-263-3361. As CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, proud to be the owners who just care more. Twig under center. Goes with a handoff to Hawkins as the fullback only able to pick up a yard and will bring up a 3rd and 9. Point still good here for this one, Dylan?
Yeah, I think my interpretation of that first down was that Twig, that might have been a keeper the entire way with him, but he saw the pressure coming off the side unblocked, and he knew that it wasn't going to be a successful play for him. He's going to have to brace for a hit right away.
3rd and 9, rolling clock now at 1:40, under 5 seconds or so on the play clock. We'll see if Morgantown's able to get the snap off in time. They do with 1 second left. It's a play action pass, and it's deflected as it was intended for Brady Savage. The tight end was headed deep, and great job by, I believe that's Keon Mills, to jump up and get a hand on it. Excuse me, that was actually Wong. I got the hand on it.
I think that was a perfectly timed play action call. Just Maddox Twig needed to take a little bit off of that, or float it a little. He needed to float it a little more. Or I think if it was a little lower, it would have been tipped even more so. They're going to go for a long field goal.
Yes, Dyer's on to attempt a field goal. The way the wind's been blowing, he's had touchbacks going this way with his kickoffs.
47 yards.
We'll see if he can hit it. The kick is up. Looks like it has the distance, but it's wide left and no good. We're going to stay at 7-all with 1:24 in the third quarter. Spring Mills will get the ball back. It had the distance, it just went wide left. Steyer.
Yeah, it looked like he probably hooked it from the kick rather than maybe the wind pushing it that way. It just looked like it was kind of off the entire time. That is the way the wind is blowing, though.
So 1st and 10, Spring Mills at its 20-yard line. 3 receivers to near side for Max Anderson, running back to his left. Anderson, low snap, gets it, keeping himself, jukes past a man, cuts back in across the 20 and tackled at the 22-yard line. Well, that'll make it 2nd down and 8 to go.
Now, if you're Morgantown, you did take a whole lot of time off the clock with that drive. That was an 11-play drive. 12 with the field goal. So there's only a minute left in the third quarter.
3 receivers on the far side now, 1 to the near side for Anderson, who takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass on the far side as a man right in the middle of the field. It's caught by Ramey, and Ramey tries to turn around and tries to get to that 30-yard line, but is stopped at the 29, so yards short of the first down marker will make it 3rd and 1.
I think Spring Mills going with some tempo here.
Yep, they go up tempo, no huddle. Anderson takes the snap, keeps it himself, and now runs the near side, splits the gap at the 45, at the 40, 30, 25, and will run out of breath and step out of bounds at the 23-yard line of Morgantown, but it's going to come back for a holding penalty. As you saw there, Anderson had a huge hole in between the blocks of a lineman and a receiver out in space. And that holding penalty, I believe I heard, was called against number 2, Keon Mills.
I think this is going to be a first down, though, with the yardage and where the flag took place. It was 10 yards from the spot.
21 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it looks like you are correct. Where the hold was downfield, it's still enough for a Spring Mills first down. They move the chains. The ball is at the 33-yard line. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. Anderson. Screen pass near side. Deflected at the line of scrimmage as jumping up was Brady Savage on the edge to get a hand on that.
Got to give credit to Savage. That's the 3rd time that they've tried to go to Chase Shipley on the screen pass. It was 2 very good completions, or gains of yardage the first 2 times, but he was ready for it that time. Read it and made the play.
2nd and 10 now at the 33 of Spring Mills. 2 receivers to each side. They send Mills in motion from left to right. Anderson, speed option, pitches it to Sanders. Sanders gets a block from Mills. Now cuts to the outside across the 45 at the 50. Will be pushed out of bounds across the 50-yard line to around the 47, I think. It's where they're going to say Sanders was pushed out, but that's enough for a Spring Mills first down with 8.5 seconds left here. So the ball is spotted. Clock should start running at any moment. We'll see if Spring Mills is able to get a play off before it hits 0 or not. Looks like they're going to be able to do so. It's a handoff to Sanders. Sanders runs to the right, has another huge run across the 40, but tripped up at the 39-yard line. And that'll be the final play of the quarter. And when we come back, it'll be a 2nd down and 1 for Spring Mills, as we're still tied 7-7 between the Cardinals and the Mohigans of Morgantown. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in a minute.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Back live at Cardinals Stadium. It is a 2nd down and 1 for Spring Mills at Morgantown's 39-yard line as Anderson goes with the quick claps to try to get somebody up front to jump off sides. He's able to do so. As Drew Stahara, man up front with the encroachment penalty against Morgantown for 5 yards, will give Spring Mills a 1st down, put the ball at the 34.
And Morgantown has very little room for errors on their own side here.
Anderson takes the snap. Screen pass on the far side is caught. And now pushing to the outside goes the receiver down the far sideline before finally being brought out of bounds around that 15-yard line. Again, it's that wide receiver screen that works well. But there's a flag on the play as that pass to Ramey would have been enough for a 1st down, but again, holding penalty blows up a big play for Spring Mills.
And from the placement, it might have been another holding by a wide receiver. 2 in a row. They're just, the Cardinals are killing themselves on these penalties.
Cardinal fans letting these officials hear it on the near side.
It was hard for me to tell if they have any sort of legitimate gripe.
Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Anderson in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Sanders, and he's going to be tackled for a loss as blowing up the play was the Von Shipman, as well as, I believe, Keir Johnson. So we have a injured Morgantown Mohegan down after the play. Pierce. It's actually Johnson just trying to fix his shoe, so no injury. But it's still going to pause things here momentarily as the ball even got blown a yard back, so they have to respot it. However, the play clock's still going. It's at 10 seconds. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side for Anderson. Max drops back, screen pass near side, caught by Xavier Anderson, who fights forward to the 30, still getting pushed. Had the forward progress. We'll see if they gave it to him when he was brought down or if whistles maybe stopped him a few yards before that. Looks like they're going to give him the 25, and that'll make it a 3rd down and 1. Spring Mills goes no huddle. Anderson makes sure everybody's set. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, goes up the middle, lowers that head, fights forward, and is able to get the 1st down.
Big conversion by Spring Mills. You take a little more time off this clock and you get a touchdown. You're in a position where you're wondering if Morgantown has the time to get 2 long possessions down the field to score.
Yep, it's still 7-7 between Spring Mills and Morgantown here in this quarterfinal matchup. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Taylor at running back to the right of Anderson on this 1st and 10 as Anderson takes the snap, drops back the pass, throws it on an out route to the near side, in and out of the hands of Xavier Anderson at the 15, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. It's been a tough day for the receivers other than the wide receiver screens to really get anything for Spring Mills.
It's cold out there. It makes it harder to catch the ball. And Xavier Anderson has shown that the most out of anybody today.
So again, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Anderson takes the snap, drops back the pass, is going to chuck it deep. 1-on-1 for X in the back of the end zone. He dives for it, and it goes off his hands, incomplete. I think he was out of bounds anyway when he made contact with the ball trying to get the catch. And I'll make it a 3rd and 10 now. They saw the man coverage and took the shot into the end zone, but just a little bit too much on it.
The first time this half, and when they went to it in the first half, it was hung up in the air so long that the wind blew it away. So you're in 3rd and long.
Max Anderson gets the snap. Screen pass. Caught on the far side by Chase Shipley. Chase Shipley cuts in, breaks through one tackle, breaks through another, has the first down inside the 10, and will be brought down at the 6-yard line for a 1st and goal, Spring Mills. Now it looks like the clock is going to be stopped at 10:02 here in the 4th quarter as we have a injury timeout for a Morgantown player. We'll step aside and take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We're back here out of the injury timeout. I believe the injured Morgantown Mohegan was Kelton Blunt, who's back up on his feet and over on the far sideline being attended to. 1st and goal, Spring Mills at the 5.
It was Blunt who had a chance to make a tackle on Chase Shipley early on that screen pass, and he just wasn't able to. Chase Shipley juked.
Now Morgantown thinks it might have not enough men on the field, as we're going to get a timeout taken by Morgantown because of it.
I think you're right.
We'll take a 30-second break again. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
We welcome you back as both teams making their way back out onto the field. It is 7-7 between Spring Mills and Morgantown with 10:02 left in regulation. Spring Mills with the football, 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Winner heads to the state semifinal next week. Take on the winner of Jefferson and Hurricane. 4 receivers to the near side and in a diamond. One on the far side as Max Anderson takes the snap, keeps it himself, and he's going to go into the end zone for another Spring Mills touchdown. 13-7 now. Spring Mills takes the lead with 9:58 left in the 4th.
You know, that exact play and that exact formation works about that well on College Football 25, Colin. I got to say, I love running that play. It's a go-to for me. And it's Spring Mills, and I'm not surprised. They go to it there. Max Anderson, the offensive line, do a great job, and they get the score, take the lead.
High snap. Hold is down. Kick is good by Youth Smith. Make it 14-7. We'll step aside. Only take a 30-second break because it looks like things going quickly here. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you back here. Youth Smith on to kickoff for Spring Mills. So they now have a 14-7 lead over Morgantown with 9:58 left here in the 4th quarter. We've seen touchbacks headed this way on kicks. We'll see if Youth Smith can get a big one on this. It's a low-line drive that's going to bounce at the 25 and be picked up at the 15-yard line by Morgantown And they're going to have fantastic field position as continuing to go here on the near side is Carter Cooper at the 35, at the 30, and finally pushed out of bounds around the 25-yard line by Cam Taylor.
Wow.
Been waiting to say Carter Cooper's name today.
Yeah, they haven't really thrown the ball on the outside to any of their receivers, so that was really his first chance to make a big play, and he huge one exactly when they needed it. Almost in the red zone to start the drive.
Morgantown 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of Spring Mills, trying to get our scoring drive summary when we can, as it's a jet sweep to Reese Wells from left to right, as Wells on the far side at the 15, 10, 5, and a huge hit out of bounds. Again, I believe by Taylor's, we have a injured Spring Mill Cardinal down around that 25-yard line. So let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Flora Pools. Make every day better with a swimming pool or hot tub from Flora Pools.
Spring Mills went 12 plays to go 80 yards for that touchdown to take the lead. 5-yard touchdown run by Max Anderson, his second rushing touchdown of the day.
So it'll be a first down and goal to go. Ball at the 8-yard line for Morgantown as the injured Spring Mills Cardinal, Abel Meza, starting left guard, starting defensive tackle, as well as he's not usually the starting tackle. He had to be put in on defense for an injury from a few weeks ago. So here we go, first and goal at the 8. Twig under center, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson cuts to the right side, and as his forward progress stopped, very close to that original line of scrimmage, it looks like they say actually got about a yard. To the 7 now for the second and goal.
On that first play, that jet sweep, you could see Buddy Hesson on the Spring Mills sideline making a motion, say, get over, get over, get over. He saw that jet sweep coming, but it seemed like the entire Spring Mills defense said, well, thought to themselves, well, he's not talking to me. And no one got over.
Twig under center. Hawkins and Thompson with him in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Thompson, give it up to the fullback, Hawkins, who goes up the middle, very close to the goal line, but is stopped a yard short by Prophet Guillaume. It'll be third and goal at the 1. Morgantown trying to go quickly. Spring Mills wanted to sub to get some heavier guys out there, so they're going to have to use a timeout. 8:42 left in the fourth. It's Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7. We'll keep it here, get our fourth quarter sponsors, as fourth quarter is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way or online at Orsinis.com.
2 plays to get 1 yard here for Morgantown. It's a full yard, though I think the nose of the football is all that's touching the 1 yard line. There's a couple different directions you could go here. You could obviously just try to power it in, get that 1 yard, just pushing the ball up the middle, 1-2 plays. I think if you wanted to go really bold, you could go for a play action or run that QB sweep and run a pass play off of it, like you tried to do earlier, but maybe just not a bubble screen, maybe more like a crosser or a corner route, but maybe a QB sneak, tush push.
Here we go, out of the timeout. High snap over the head of Twig.
False start.
The play's blown dead as some whistles and flags fly before it was snapped. It is against Morgantown, but at the same time, if you're Spring Mills, you're probably frustrated, even though the ball's back 5 yards, that it wasn't a fumble recovery for Max Anderson.
Yeah, they got Morgantown lucked out with the false start, really, because that Maddox Twig, I think, was a little caught off guard by the snap. It also went over his head, barely got a hand on it. Wow. So they're right back where they were before the last play.
3rd and goal at the 6. Twig goes under center. Stumbles. Ball on the ground as he got tripped up while trying to turn around to hand the ball off to Hawkins. Hawkins, however, still able to fall on top of the ball, and that'll bring up a 4th down with 8:20 left, clock rolling, and it appears Morgantown's going to kick a field goal.
I don't blame them. Get 3 points, try to get a stop, and get the ball back and win the game with a touchdown.
Steyer on to attempt a field goal, and some motion up front. False start against Morgantown. So back him up another 5 yards.
Wow. Look at the pressure of this big game situation be getting to some of these guys. Only 8 minutes left. Looking to pull off an upset on the road.
It's a 33-yard field goal try for Aiden Steyer. Snaps back, holds down the kick, a line drive, and it's no good. Steyer misses again, wide left. Score remains Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7 with 7:46 left in the 4th quarter.
It looks a lot like the one that came off his foot last time, 47 yards. Just didn't come clean off the foot, I don't think. Wasn't spinning it end over end, and it hooks wide left.
1st and 10 at the 20. Anderson gets the snap, quarterback keeper. Tries to run to the near side, continues in the backfield to just cut towards this sideline before being forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Spring Mills has a chance to really churn the clock and clinch this win with this drive. Now, that first play doesn't do much of that for you. You only get 1 yard and you go out of bounds.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side for Max Anderson. Takes the snap. Speed option. He pitches it to Blake Sanders to the left, and Sanders has a huge hole across the 30 to the 35 and brought down at the 36-yard line. 1st down, Spring Mills.
That has been the most successful play for Spring Mills consistently today, whether it's been Max Anderson keeping it or Blake Sanders getting the pitch on the speed option. Morgantown has just had a tough time stopping the play, having no guys behind the read their defensive end that's being read by Max Anderson.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Anderson, shotgun formation, Sanders to his left. Gets the snap, hands it off to Sanders, who jukes past 1 man in the backfield. Will get right across the line of scrimmage and dives forward for a yard or 2. About the 38 they give him, make it 2nd down and 8. 6:45 left, clock rolling down here in the 4th. Spring Mills with the football, up 14-7 against Morgantown, who only has 1 timeout left. 2 receivers to each side. Anderson making sure everybody's set. Send a man in motion from left to right. Takes the snap, goes with the speed option to the right side. Now pitches it to Sanders. Sanders kind of trips himself up. He had the space on the near side, but stutter stepped while trying to gather and will fall at the 40-yard line. Make it a 3rd down, about 6 yards.
Yeah, Morgantown did a pretty good job of pursuing that one. Did much better than they have on most of the times at Spring Mills to run that play. Putting a lot of pressure on number 45 in the middle of the Morgantown defense, who we don't even have a number 45 on our roster for Morgantown.
Anderson, quarterback draw as he cuts to the left, off to the races at the 40. Slips through a tackle, hit from behind at the 35. Flags everywhere on that play. He got into Morgantown field. This one's getting called back. We'll stay on the Spring Mill side of the field. Clock shows 5:31 left in the fourth quarter. It's another holding penalty, it appears, to bring this play back against Spring Mills.
They do get some yards out of the play, though. 10 yards from the spot. It looks like it'll be about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards.
So that brings up a 3rd and 2. Ball at the 44-yard line. 2 receivers to each side for Max Anderson in shotgun formation, who gets the snap. Has a great block by Sanders. It goes up the middle. Max Anderson at the 35, brought down at the 30-yard line. They go back to that same play, and it works for another Spring Mills first down. Ball at Morgantown's 31-yard line after the run.
It's really good blocking from Spring Mills. Just able to spring Max Anderson open up the middle, and he has the speed to accelerate past the linebackers and into the third level of the defense.
2 receivers again to each side for Max Anderson. Sanders, running back, lined up to his left. They send Xavier Anderson in motion from right to left. Max Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Blake Sanders, who stiff arms a man, cuts to the near side, across the 25, and will be pushed out of bounds around the 23.
It needed to stay in bounds.
He got out of bounds, which stops the clock with 4:39 left here in the fourth quarter.
In Morgantown, I'm not really sure at this point that 4 minutes for them is enough to drive down the entire field with how their offense is moved, but regardless, you want to take that possibility away.
Yep, it's Spring Mills with the 2nd and 2, leading this one 14-7. Anderson goes with another handoff to Sanders, who runs up the middle, and very close to getting the first down, depending on where they give the forward progress, and it looks like Johnson stopped him a yard shy, making it a 3rd and 1. Spring Mills huddles up, allow some more time to churn off this clock. 4:10, and it's rolling down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Anderson goes with the quick collapse, trying to get somebody to jump off sides, and Blake Sanders, his running back, wasn't ready for it himself, so false start. Back up Spring Mills 5 yards.
He tried to get somebody to jump, but the problem was he got his running back to jump. So that's an unfortunate timing for that, but Spring Mills still has 3rd down. A lot different when it's 3rd and 5 or 6 versus 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6 at the 27. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They go back with that hard count, trying to get somebody to jump. Can't do so. Anderson takes the snap, keeps it himself, has space on the near side, tries to cut back in, but gets stood up at the 25 and brought back. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That is a very clutch tackle by Zayden Lockett. The light box, when they run it with the quarterback, you got to get your defensive backs to make tackles. And he really came through that time.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 4 at the 25. They got to get to the 21. 3:05 left here in the fourth quarter. It's Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7. Spring Mills keeps the offense out. Trying to get somebody to jump off sides is Max Anderson, continuing to clap his hands. As the play clock hits 0, Spring Mills uses a timeout before the delay of game. We'll take it with them, a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
We welcome you back here to Cardinal Stadium out of the timeout, as our timeouts are brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the Tri-State? They have you covered. Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551.
Of all the times for that to not work out. They went to it once where Brady Savage was able to deflect it, but every time they've gotten the ball to Chase Shipley on that screen, it's worked out. It's just a slip at the worst possible time.
So 1st and 10 at the 28. Twig gets the snap, throws a pass on the far side over his intended receiver, Carter Cooper, and now a late flag comes in on the far side. You got to remember, even though the fans yelling down below us, frustrated, probably trying to argue the case, there's no such thing as an uncatchable pass in high school football.
He got there a little early. I thought it was close, bang, bang. I would have understood if they didn't call it, but I get it.
1st and 10. Twig takes the snap, runs to his right, looking downfield, decides to just keep it himself across the 45, fights forward and gets to the 50-yard line.
Wow.
That'll make it a 2nd down and 3 with 2:30 left here in the fourth quarter. It's Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7. Mohigans trying to force overtime at least.
This is a much different offense than they'd be running all game long. This 2-minute drill, passing the ball. I mean, Maddox Twig, I have him as he hasn't thrown a pass this entire half outside of one on a play action. He had 2 passes for the entire game. And now he already had an attempt that, turned into the pass interference there.
They reset the play clock. Game clock shows 2:10 and it's rolling. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Twig takes the snap, rolls out to the near side, fires a pass to the near side, deflected by Shipley, intended for Cooper.
And Morgantown also only has 1 timeout, so that I think it also contributes to the type of offense they are running here. Their offense has been, pretty much 3 yards in a cloud of dust for most of this game, and that's not going to get you into the end zone with this little bit of time remaining. It's just that can the freshman do it when he's asked, when it's called upon to do it?
Ball at the 50, 3rd down and 3. Twig takes the snap, drops back the pass, steps up, takes off, runs into the official at the 45. He's going to be tackled, but he has the 1st down, which will stop the clock momentarily for Morgantown with 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter.
I don't know how much the official threw him off on that, but he did at least get the 1st down.
Clock's rolling.
That was a good time to call the QB draw.
Twig, 2 receivers to each side. Gets the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield. Has Xavier Anderson all over him.
Oh, I think
late flag comes in.
Mask.
And Xavier Anderson can't believe it. He got the sack at the 50, but at the Morgantown 45, that's a face mask called against Spring Mills.
Wow. From our side, I couldn't tell, but I believe it. His hand, you could tell, was up towards either the top of the chest or the helmet. I think Maddox Twig's neck or head kind of turned that way. So I don't know.
Trying to look at the replay, I couldn't tell myself either. 1st and 10 at the 30. Twig drops back to pass. Spring Mill sends a blitz. It's a screen pass caught by Isaiah Thompson. He's going down the far side inside the 20. Finally tripped up at the 15-yard line. Make it the 14, actually. 1st down, Morgantown. 1:36 left here in the fourth. It's Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7. Morgantown has the 1st down. at the 14. Twig rolls to the near side, looking downfield, trying to extend the play. At the 20, he gets tripped up. Flag
That's a hold on
in the backfield as well as Devin King able to get the legs of Twig, and it's a holding penalty against Morgantown.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right call, but I'm thinking here with a minute 36 before that play, you have a timeout, you're now, inside the 15-yard line. You could have gone back to your regular offense here. I think there's enough time to not, go to this 2-minute drill type of offense. But
clock starts.
After that hold, I'm not so sure now.
You got a minute 20 left in the fourth. Fans for Spring Mills making some noise. It is a 1st and long at the 24-yard line. Morgantown trying to get set. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Twig gets the snap, drops back, looking to pass. It's a screen pass, deflected and into the hands of a lineman. Somehow getting it was Jacob Woodall, as it was a tunnel screen intended for Zayden Lockett.
And the scoreboard just turned off.
Scoreboard's off, multiple players down after the play. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on. Woodall's mostly the one hurt. You saw Max Anderson down. He's limping on the near sideline for Spring Mills. We're going to step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
30. We are back, actually, since it was a 30-second break. We might have an issue. We have power in here. Hopefully, we're still on air. Haven't got a call that we haven't. I think we're good. We haven't heard from Nick, if not, but the issue is now resolved, it appears, for the scoreboard.
They had a breaker,
it's back.
A breaker flip.
A breaker got flipped during this.
That's why the scoreboard went out.
Finally being helped up. We lost a camera because of the breaker. But everything's back.
Well, he had a broken play as that happened. And the play was so broken that it broke the scoreboard, apparently.
Cardinal Stadium. We love it.
So here we're back, 2nd and 20. Minute 11 left.
Woodall still being helped off the field. Had to get another lineman to help out.
That's your center. That's bringing in another center. That could. You've already had a snap or two go awry for Morgantown. Whether the play counted or not.
Here we go. 2nd and 20 at the 25. Man in motion. Ball's lost because it hit the man in motion, Reese Wells. Maddox Twig able to fall on top of it at the 27-yard line. So back Morgantown up even further. 45 seconds, the clock's still going. Morgantown's going to flip everybody around. Clock's not helping them out.
They're calling their timeout.
And now Sean Beiser finally will use the final timeout for Morgantown with 38 seconds left in the fourth. It is 14-7. Spring Mills trying to hold on to this lead against Morgantown to head to the state semifinals next week.
This is just a situation that Morgantown has not shown themselves to really be capable of at this with the offense they've been running, where you got to get to the 4-yard line to get a first down here on 3rd down, and you're backed up to the 27. So you got to get 23 yards in the next 2 plays to even get a first down. You can't stop the clock anymore. There's 41 seconds left, and I don't I don't think, there was a screen pass earlier in this drive that Morgantown got 16 yards on. Other than that, I think there's maybe one instance in this game where Morgantown has gotten 23 yards on 2 straight plays. There was 2 runs by Maddox Twig in a row, and you're not going to call those plays in this situation.
Here we go for Morgantown and Spring Mills, season on the line. Clock now shows 41 seconds. Twig gets the snap. Hit as he throws, which causes it to be underthrown. The pass intended for Zayden Lockett, who was running in the middle of the field. That'll make it 4th down.
And Buddy Hessen's done a great job of calling blitzes, trying to force the hand of Maddox Twig, have him under pressure, make quick decisions, have to get rid of the ball quickly and not have much develop down the field. This is perfect time for it. Morgantown's called some great plays, seeing blitzes coming, like the screen pass, but I think that 3rd down would have been your last opportunity to call something like that. The QB draw, similar to that, but here you got to...
Play clock's already at 5 seconds. Morgantown still breaking the huddle.
They're not going to get it off.
I don't think they're going to get it off. We'll see if anybody realizes it. They say they do. Twig drops back the pass, stumbles forward. It as he throws. There's a flag down in the backfield as well.
Morgantown.
If you're correct, game's over. And you are correct. The penalties declined. Turnover on downs. Spring Mills will get the ball, and the Cardinals will head to the state semifinals. Survive here at Cardinal Stadium to get to host it with a 14-7 game against Morgantown. There's still time left.
No timeouts.
But you expect knees.
Yeah, it's just one knee here. One or two should do it. There was a last-ditch effort by the right tackle of Morgantown as Xavier Anderson came around the edge. Just held him, just to make sure that the play could get off, and easy call, and they got the sack anyway.
Max Anderson takes the knee, and that's it. Spring Mills gets the win and will host a state semifinal for the first time in school history as they defeat the Morgantown Mohigans 14-7. That'll wrap things up for us because we still got another game to do across town at Martinsburg High School. So we're not going to do a post-game show here so we can tear down our equipment and have enough time to get over there and set everything up. So, Nick Verzolini, take a 2-minute break and do what you need to do. Again, final score, Spring Mills 14, Morgantown 7. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke Schultz Harmon and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.